Hi Pisces, welcome to your November reading. Your Halloween video is still to come, but I feel like we need to get these readings out before the new moon solar eclipse, because we have another eclipse coming up on the 8th. So for you, this period here, we'll come back, we'll revisit the astrology mid-November, and we'll do so in the extended as well. But for now, let's look at these major themes that pop up around being really open and honest with yourself about who you are, what you deserve, how you should be treated, and in which spaces these standards are considered delusional, what you need to move away from, and where you need to plant new seeds. So for some of you, this is as simple as waking up around the 8th of November and thinking, let me take a look at those cups behind me. It's been a while. Are they even full? And as you start to look, you realize that so many of those cups are sitting empty in the hopes that somebody will come and save you and will come and fill them. This is interpreted two different ways, this feeling. Either you're single and this feeling, it's it's heavy and it's regretful, but it's also inspiring because, the cups are empty. I've been waiting for someone else to fill them. Nobody's coming. Let me do this, right? Let me move forward with the realization that, of course, can be a tower moment, that I am in this and I'm in this alone. I am the one that has to do this for me. That's either liberating because you're single. It's heavy, it's sad in some ways to accept one's loneliness or accept one's independence, one's autonomy. But if you're attached to someone, if you're in love with someone, if you're in a situationship with someone, if there is someone in your life who is either physically, emotionally, verbally made promises to you that they would be there for you, and then you assess these cups and you realize they're empty, well, that's a completely different reaction. Now you're feeling deeply hurt, betrayed, abandoned. Why are these cups empty? These are your responsibility. What have you been doing? I'm making sure your cups are full. Why are mine empty? This realization can cause quite some heartbreak as you decide to move on. And when Pisces moves on, it's very rare, okay? Because you understand deeply what the other person will feel, what you may feel later. You don't want to regret anything. But it's the shock of realizing that so many of these cups back here are empty and you've been going on blind trust that they were full, because you get so consumed in the moment of being there for yours, for your family, for your people, for your partner, for that you're just going on blind faith that someone is doing that caliber of loving and caring and considering for you. And then, you start to think about how long those cups have been empty. Wait a minute. And then, you get to where the single Pisceans are. Wait a minute, I could do this for myself. Hold on, are you telling me that all these years when I was filling all of your cups with everything I have, that you were leaving mine empty and dry, and now I'm realizing that just as I was filling all of your cups, I could just stop doing this and fill my own? Okay, bye. Okay, bye. All of Libra season, this strength has been building in you. And it's a mixture of things. You know, there's that like vanity that Libra will bring you. There's that haughtiness that Libra brings, but it's all stuff that really you need it right now. You need to remember who you are. Because the thing is, these people who would siphon off of you in so many ways, these people who would neglect to fill your cups, they have no illusions about how magical you are or about how the quality of your contribution. It's just you. You need to have the wool pulled over your eyes so this incredibly expensive, rare resource that is your energy can be siphoned away from you without even a price. With just a smile, a Coke and a smile. But there is a shrewdness that's developed in you through Libra season, as it has with all of us. We've become a bit more clairvoyant, it seems, a bit more shrewd. And for you, that's important because you can get too floppy. You know that. You can get too soft and too indecisive and just floppy. But Libra seasons put a little steel in your fins, a little steel in your scales. It's toughened you a little. It's made you a little sharper, not smarter. You're smarter than all of us. Sharper. And I think that's very timely. I think it's necessary. And considering how many people neglected to fill those cups, I think it's the exact right energy that you need to utilize, and it's there in huge supply. And what is it that you can do with it? Well, simply, you can spend the month realizing every single way that you contribute to the lives of the people around you and the people you work with. And with every single instance that you jot down mentally, that you record, that you quantify, you'll begin to see a pattern of all the different ways in which you are healing and helpful and caring and empathetic. You'll start to see how the quality of your care and compassion lifts the people around you day to day. You can see this beginning in the first week of November in the people and places where you work. In the places and with the people you work. You start to see how your contributions steer things much more than you are told they do. And as this disconnect becomes more and more obvious, I'm forgetting the term right now, but the cognitive dissonance, of having one thing be true and you can see it, you're quantifying it, you're recording it, you're keeping track of it. And then at the same time have this other narrative going, which paints you as pretty much the exact opposite, which paints you as a siphon. You start to become angry. Well, you could just take from me. You don't have to also paint me as the villain. What's the point of making me into Ursula when really I'm Ariel and you just want to take and take and take from me? I'm not even saying no. What is this extra step that we have to go to also kind of turn me into, if not a monster, at least someone who is taking, when really you're creating this smokescreen because it's you that's taking. It's me that's just giving and giving and giving and giving, which is why my cups aren't full. And you don't even have the decency to give back or to arrange a way or to give me enough space that I can at least fill my own cups back up. So it is this kind of being caged in that you begin to feel once you become aware of the quality of your contribution. Now, when I say keep track of it, sure, mentally you keep track of it. I do this, I do that. But what about those of you who can't recognize your own contributions because you've just been told for so long that that's not your role in life? Well, the easiest way to start is to just notice the effect that you have on people. Don't try to do anything for anyone. Don't try to record anything. Don't try to, in any way keep a record of it or remind yourself. Just notice how much life people get from being around you. And realize that if any of their words or actions are showing you the opposite of how they actually feel around you, they're playing a game with you. And the only reason someone would do that is because they want more from you than they should have. And the only reason that they would expect to get more from you than they should have is because they're preying specifically on your compassionate and giving nature. The cool thing about November is that the parts of you who have been dying for this compassion come forward very vocally. They're being selfish. They don't care anymore. Hey, I need you to worry about your teeth. I need you to worry about your skin. I need you to worry about your scalp. What's going on here? And you, throughout November, no matter how lonely or detached you may feel through this process, you start to focus more and more first on your physical needs, but then very quickly we come around to the emotional needs, right? Wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of journaling going on. Wouldn't be surprised if writing in general is the key to stability emotionally, but also financial success. There's a big element here of hitting it right, getting the bag, because you're able to use your strongest qualities, this ability to feel, and you're able to turn it into this liquid gold of, words. And those words can create, attract a lot of money, a lot of success, a lot of power. And you're not even doing it for that reason, which is what's so incredible about it. You're just doing it just to do it. And maybe that's the best part. When you were with whomever you were with, you were doing it because that's just who you are. When you're alone, you do things a certain way because that's how you are. The things you're interested in, you do them the way you do them because you're authentic. Good, bad, whether people like it, whether they judge it, whether they don't understand it. You are very much who you are, and you don't want to be anyone else. And I think there's so much power in that we never really acknowledge. You do have a reputation for being a bit, forgive the pun, watery, right? A little, you can vacillate on things, right? The fish, like I said, they go in two different directions. But when it comes to the stability and the and the authenticity of your character, who you are, that does not shift. There are no shifting sands or, undertows that can affect that. That is how it is, and it will always be that way. And so to have that anchor in your sense of self, whether it's something that's been cultivated through faith, family, both, yourself, science, however you got there, you begin to feel the solidity of it under your feet when all these other things have been chipped away at or pulled away. And it feels good. It feels good to be in the midst of the whirling chaos and pick and choose what you want out of it to be creative and make big money and still remain grounded and heavy inside with the knowing that you are who you are, that you like it, that you're fine with it, that you enjoy it, the good, the bad, the mistakes, the successes. That level of acceptance of the universe, of yourself, of your present moment, wherever you are right now, is the ultimate attractor. It straightens every road because it's divine, that level of gratitude. You get the big boss involved when you start doing that. For some of you, this is a form of magic, I guess. When really there's a very ancient form of magic that's very, very effective. And you may find that you have some of those moments in November of deep faith. That's good. It's a reaffirmation of who you are and how and why you got here. Don't be scared. If you feel like financial stuff is piling on you, or if you feel like, it feels like the world is coming to get you either financially or taxes or some other shit, like just, it seems like bad news. Try it out like an experiment in November. Every time you think about it, remind yourself, assure yourself as you would a small child that the universe is going to fix it. And you're going to do your best. But first you're going to stop stressing about it by just telling yourself over and over again, the universe is going to fix it. After a few weeks, when that settles in and starts to really give you some calm, you'll tackle it the best you can. But, you won't have to do much because the universe will fix it. I love you so much. Nice to be in a water season again, huh? Jump right in.